Hey guys, and welcome to my acid burn tutorial. So today I'm going to show you how to get this look, and I'm still learning how to do this look, okay, so it's not going to be perfect. Start off with, I'm just pulling apart a tissue and it should split into two, like so. And then I'm going to measure it up against my arm. I just want the tissue to cover my forearm, and then I'm going to rip off the extra tissue that I don't need. I'm then going in with liquid latex, and I'm just using an eyeshadow brush to apply this to my forearm, and I'm drawing a rectangle that covers my forearm so that the tissue will actually stick to the latex. With the tissue that we measured out later on, we're now going to apply it to our arm, and I'm smoothing out the tissue onto the latex and trying to get it as smooth as possible. However, in the middle it's still a bit wrinkled, but that's okay because it adds texture later on. And then with the extra tissue that's surrounding the latex, I'm just pulling it off. With the eyeshadow brush again and latex, I'm just going to smooth out the edges and stick them down. It should then look something like this. Then going in with more latex and putting it all over the tissue. And with the tissue that we ripped off the tissue that we measured for our forearm, I'm just ripping those into smaller pieces and sticking it on top of the tissue with latex on. That was confusing. Then once you finish that step, your arm should look a bit like paper mache. Then going in with Maron 3D gel, and you've got to be really careful with this because it gets very, very hot. And I'm just squeezing it onto my arm on the tissue, and then with a plastic spatula I'm just spreading it out across the tissue. Then on the edges I'm getting the spatula and making sure that they're all smooth by putting a bit more pressure and just sliding it down as if you were applying wax. Then going in with the spatula, and I'm just moving it up and down to cause more texture and make some of the gel come a bit raised. Well, after applying the 3D gel multiple times, I've come to this. Then to create more detail, I wanted to make holes within the gel, so I started using the back of my spatula, but it actually failed. So I went in with tweezers and started pulling up the gel to make holes. I then went in with Maron colour wheel, and I'm just using the red, and I've just got a plain sponge and I'm just putting it all over the acid burn basically to create like an irritated look. I then just got this random red face paint, which I don't know the brand of, so I'm sorry. And I got the eyeshadow brush that I used for the latex. And I just went into the areas that looked more raised to me. And then I went through with the same sponge as before and kind of diffused the colour over the burn a bit more. And going back to the colour wheel, I'm getting the yellow kind of mustard colour and just going over the raised parts in the burn. And then I think I just went randomly, and I'm using like a small angled brush, but I'm making sure I blend this in with the same sponge as before again, as I felt like it was too bright, so I kind of wanted to diffuse it a little bit more. And then I'm going back in with the red on the side of the burn to kind of blend it into my skin tone to the acid burn. Then went back in with the red face paint from before and just randomly placed it anywhere that I thought needed it. And then going in with the brown off the colour wheel and going underneath the raised bumps that were really noticeable, because I felt like this made it look even more raised and kind of made a shadow. your finished acid burn look. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!